All right, let's get started. First, I want to talk about, it is Monday, so I always recap Sunday. I do want to say, actually, it's a recap on Saturday and Sunday. I want to say what a weird-ass Saturday and Sunday in the NFL were. But when you get right down to it, it's not really weird at all, right? What would have been weird is if everything went to plan and the teams that you expected to win actually did win. Now, that would have been weird. Weird as hell. Yesterday's chaos is totally normal. That is our new normal. Weird is everything going to plan. So I've said it before, I'll say it again right now. From week to week, nobody knows anything at all about the NFL. There is absolutely nothing that you can count on a weekly basis. Nothing. Not one thing. I said it rhetorically on Twitter yesterday. I said, name one thing that you can count on week to week. And there were over 1,000 responses, which is kind of unusual. Because there is nothing you can count on week to week. As an example, take the New Orleans Saints. They had lost 5 of their last 6. They were playing without their head coach and with their third different quarterback this season, and they just got bullied, or they did the bullying of the defending champs. A team that many think is the team to beat, and New Orleans dropped a nice, swift ass-kicking.
Nice, swift ass-kicking.
On the Bucks. So if you're a Bucks player or you're a coach or a fan, that was embarrassing as hell. Under the bright lights for the entire world to see. I mean, it wasn't just that TB44 and the Bucks got shut out. I mean, that's bad enough. And it was so much worse than that 9-0 score would indicate. That 9-0 defeat felt like a 4-touchdown beatdown. Brady suddenly looked like the 44-year-old man that he is, and the Saints were all about letting him know it. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson was trolling the hell out of Brady after the old man looked like a senior citizen on that fumble. So, of course, everybody is going to say, I would not taunt Tom Brady. You don't want to do that. That's not a guy you want to taunt. But do you really think that a guy like CGJ cares? My man is an internet troll in a jersey and shoulder pads. Man, that's who he is. That's how he rolls. Well, they were having a hell of a lot of fun, weren't they? The Saints were having a good old time. Even their punter was clowning the Bucks and flexing on them. I mean, that went so terribly for Brady and the Bucks that the old dude was throwing tablets and F-bombing the Saints sideline. And the question is, was he joking with that F-bomb? Or is he the biggest crybaby on the planet? And the answer is yes. But it wasn't just the Bucks getting worked. There was so much more weirdness to that weekend. Man, you want to know how weird things got? You want to know how weird it was? Bill Belichick. I mean, so weird that Bill Belichick actually apologized to the media today. Yes, you heard that correctly. William Stephen Belichick apologized to the media for how he spoke with the media on Saturday night. Wait, what? Who the hell is that? And what the hell have you done to the hood? I mean, that was perfect enunciation. There was no mumbling, and he straight up apologized to the media. Who the hell are you? And what the hell did you do with the hood? Hey, look, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be an alarmist. But when I start hearing Bill Belichick apologize for being, quote, a little short with the media after a game, man, I know the damn apocalypse is coming. It's upon us. The end is near. The end is near. And not the end for him, but the end for all of us. The end of the freaking world. Believe me, I heard that from him. I immediately, when I hear a guy like that guy apologize to the media and do so deliberately and sound sincere and enunciate as clearly as he did. I don't know about you. The second I heard that, I started to accumulate and cobble together as much canned food as I possibly could. I broke ground on a fallout shelter. We don't have those things here in Cali. I don't even know what they look like. I've never even been in one. Nobody here has. I will have one done by the end of the week. Water, canned goods, and a fallout shelter. Because that just does not happen. Jim Rome, doomsday prepper if you need him. Because that does not happen. And it just did. Bill Belichick apologizing for being short with the media and meaning it. Anyway, that doesn't happen. And I'll tell you something else that does not happen. Legendary quotes like this one from Carson Wentz. So the Colts quarterback was pretty pissed off at the Patriots defense during Saturday's win. So a man's ability to reproduce is being in question. It's kind of weird, man. A weird and elaborate way to say what happened. And honestly, I'm still not sure exactly what happened. Matthew Judon said he didn't know what the hell Wentz was talking about. And I'm not sure I do either. I mean, I could guess. Is he saying the guys were all up in here punching or grabbing or twisting his junk? Or was somebody in the pile actually just, I don't know, questioning his ability to procreate? Like, yo, Wentz, yo, man, you ain't never going to have kids. Like, were they talking that kind of junk in the pile? Or were people reaching for his junk in the pile? My guy, I know you probably don't want to be on mic talking about junk shots, but you're going to have to give me a little more to work with. All right? I'm not a mind reader. What does this mean, Alvin? Guys' hands need to be at their sides. All right, so if we're talking about a man's ability to reproduce being in question, quote, and other extracurriculars, what are the other extracurriculars? I need to know the primary extracurricular, but what were some of the other extracurriculars? It's kind of a weird way to say whatever the hell it was he was trying to say. And I'm still not sure what he was trying to say. Are people grabbing at his junk? Are they affecting his ability to reproduce? I don't know. Just part of a weird Sunday. And weird Sunday is the new normal. But the strangeness was not limited to the Bucks getting punked, the Pats getting hammered, and Wentz's ability to reproduce being questioned. How about the Detroit Lions? I said, how about the Detroit Lions? They didn't just beat the Arizona Cardinals. That was a straight hospital job from start to finish. You look at those two, you would have thought it was the Lions who were vying for the top seed overall and the Cards who were playing for the first pick overall in the next draft. Like, the Lions have not looked like that in a long time, and neither have the Cards. Losing to the Rams is one thing. That'll happen. Getting curb stomped by the Lions, though, that can never happen. But it just did. So nothing but respect to the Lions for how hard they play, how hard they've battled this year, and the fact that they are taking down big teams late in the season. Nothing but respect for that, even if it's going to cost you the number one pick overall. I get it. I respect it. Nothing but respect for that. However, nothing but disrespect, unfortunately, for the Cards' effort yesterday. I think you know how big of a Cardinals house this is. But they all look like they would rather have been anywhere but where they actually were. And that happened after a pretty damaging loss the week before. Again, no shame in losing to the Rams, but unbelievable shame in not just losing to the Lions, but how they lost to the Lions. And honestly, for the first time this year, I've got a bunch of questions about Arizona because this has been a really bad week for them. You lose to the Rams at home on Monday, then you get wrecked by the Lions yesterday, and now they're facing Jonathan Taylor on Saturday. Craig Reynolds, the pride of Kutztown, a guy on his fourth team in the last minute, just ran for 112 yards on the Cards, and now they have to deal with JT. Have fun with that. Good luck with that. I mean, the Arizona offense, what's going on? The offense is not moving the ball. DeAndre Hopkins is out for the rest of the regular season. In other words, now would be a very good time for them to wake the hell up. Oh, and speaking of waking up, has anybody checked on that dude that Deebo Samuel trucked yesterday? I was on the pregame show on the NFL Today on CBS, hyping the 49ers and Deebo, and they picked me up and left A.J. Terrell picking up his mouthpiece. I mean, dudes offensively are not supposed to abuse defenders like that. That was incredible. incredible. The crazy thing about that play is not the fact that it's a wide receiver dipping a shoulder and then lowering the boom like that. It's the fact that Deebo didn't really even know how hard he hit the guy until he saw the replay and he heard the reaction. He wasn't surprised because that's just how this guy does it. Yeah, I don't think a lot of DBs do want to be a part of that. But then again, rare is the time that you see a guy like that. And I don't want to say that Deebo is a wide receiver or running back or what he is, whatever kind of hybrid he is. I just don't think you want that guy running straight into you the way he does. I don't remember the last time, other than seeing a guy like Hines Ward deliver that kind of punishment from that position. I mean, this dude is running with authority with his shoulder down, and you don't want to be standing in front of him when it happens. I mean, that is the truth. There are not too many DBs who want to be a part of that. However, all of his teammates did. It certainly fired up that freak George Kittle. It's a great way to put it. When you run through a guy's face, it's exactly what he did. He ran right through that dude's face.
Right in my face.
I love Deebo. Deebo is hardcore, man. That is a tough, physical dude. And then on the subject of hitting hard, can somebody please explain the Pittsburgh Steelers to me? Because they looked absolutely terrible on offense in the first half against the Titans. I mean, how terrible? We're talking 35 net yards on the first 14 plays. They didn't convert a third down until there were 21 minutes left in that game. It felt like Tennessee was going to cruise to an easy 3 TD win. But then the Steelers come back with a vengeance, and the Titans completely melt down. You know, we were talking about this in our production meeting before the NFL Today and CBS hit the air. Drew Kaliski said, I'm going to go around the room, and I want to ask you all, where do you think that we're going to be for the AFC Championship game if we travel to the AFC Championship game? And there was this school of thought that it's going to be Tennessee. They just have to handle their business, beat the Steelers, and they should, and then all will be fine. Except all was not fine. Any way they could cough up the ball, they coughed up the ball. And the Steelers did exactly what they needed to do to win that game. That is a brutal loss for the Titans, who could have moved into first place with a win and controlled their own destiny. At the same time, an amazing win for Pittsburgh. Not because they fixed all their problems, because I don't think they can fix all their problems, but because they found a way to work around them and still get it done. Nothing but respect for that. I have to tip my hat to the Steelers. I was the one who said yesterday on the NFL Today on CBS that I literally don't think anybody in that division wants to win that division. However, the only thing I am sure about with the AFC North is that the Steelers are not going to figure in anything coming in. No sooner than I said that, they man the hell up, the Titans man the hell down, and the Steelers get a huge dub. You're welcome. So nothing but respect for questioning, quote, a man's ability to reproduce. And I guess nothing but respect for Bill Belichick for actually apologizing to the media. That's how weird this whole thing was. And we aren't even close to done. We've got 2 more games tonight, 2 more games tomorrow. In other words, the longest and one of the best weekends ever keeps getting longer and better. So let's keep getting weird. Stacked teams took a hit this weekend. Hey, Bucks fan, need Antonio Brown much? Hey, Cards fan, still think you've got enough depth without DeAndre Hopkins? Come to think of it, the Lions beating the Cards and Brady getting skunked by the Saints is probably the most normal thing ever, because weird is the new normal in the NFL.